Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Happy Divine Insights. It is another Thursday. Wow, the week went by so fast. So thank you so much for joining me tonight for our intuitive card pulling event. It is meant to support our the Unity of Gulfport community and also our spiritual community at large online. And so we're super grateful that you're here tonight. This is my first time on my new computer in terms of the technology, so I'm hoping that it does well and it works well. And so you can see I love photography. So in the background, you can see all of my pictures. And so it's my dad's birthday today, and when my dad was alive, he loved pictures and he loved taking pictures, and it really meant a lot to my heart that he loved to capture the beauty in the moment. And so I take a gazillion pictures, and it always helps me to remember to do that, to really embrace the moment and look for those sacred divine moments where of joy. And so a lot of these pictures on my wall actually remind me of certain moments of joy. And so a lot of my nieces and my kitty over there, she's smiling in that picture. And that picture above her with the rainbow is actually a portrait of her. That's a Jilliana. She's my oldest niece. That's a portrait of cuddles under a rainbow. And so anyway, let's see. So for those of you that are new to intuition and the intuitive gift, there's many different ways that information can come to somebody. My gift really developed when I was very young, and then it just kind of evolved and got refined as I got older. And then I had a couple of brain injuries, and that kind of helped too, or in terms of refining some of it, and some really bad bottoms that helped me refine it even more. And so there's clairvoyance, which is meaning you can see kind of images on a movie screen, sometimes on kind of like a movie screen on the front of your brain. I often get information that way. Or clairaudience, where you can hear it. Clairsentience is where you can feel it. And then there's, I think it's clairaustence, where you can taste certain things. And so, or there's like a knowing, clairsentience. And so there's lots of different ways intuitive information can come to us. And one of the ways that I really have enjoyed getting to know my intuitive gifts and also interacting with divine energy has been through intuitive cards. And so I have like some ridiculous amount of cards, maybe like 50 decks that I've acquired over the last 20 years. But I have all these different decks, and these decks are really great at not only helping to connect to divine energy and spiritual energy outside of us and inside of us, our higher selves, or just to kind of positively distract us to a more positive and more spiritual place. These cards, and I have many with me tonight, a couple of new ones actually. And then I have a couple of new ones on the way, because doing this weekly event helps me motivate me to buy more cards, since I love them so much. So I love buying new cards. And so this is one of my favorite decks. This is kind of a simple deck. This is, I don't usually use this deck tonight, but I'm going to pull it out in honor of my father. He just made his transition. And so Talking to Heaven is all about interacting with past loved ones. My mediumship quality of my gift, I'm still working on. I have, sometimes when I do intuitive readings, people will step through, and then but I'm still working on the exact details of that mediumship gift. But it's getting more refined actually as I commit to developing my spiritual skills, and also, just doing more intuitive type connection. So Talking to Heaven is in honor of my father tonight. Dad, I know you were around. There's been a lot of angel activity in my house ever since he passed about 2 months ago. But I'm super grateful that he is around. This is actually, I got a cool little camera holder that I love, like the movable legs. So that's for Dad. What else I got? This is one of my oldest decks. I've had this for almost 10 years, and I received this deck during my worst moment of my life, one of them. And so so I always look at that deck. I'm so grateful that I am no longer in that place. And so we have Native Spirit deck. I love this deck because it really teaches a lot of different tools, like intuitive tools and things like that. but that the Native American people used like talking stick and a lot of their symbolism, which I always really love. And this is life purpose deck. If anybody would like a card from any one of these decks, let me know. And so life purpose, I like this deck. I don't use it often, but once in a while. Has a kind of an earthy energy to it somehow, like the vibration of the cards, a little bit grounding. And then I like this deck for inner child type stuff. So I like that. I like that the little girl is petting a cat, and the cat is fluffy, and it seems like a really gentle deck. And so I'm a really big cat lady, like ridiculously. So I have this 22-year-old cat named Cuddles. She's right over there. She's smiling in the picture. And so there's just such a gentleness about this deck that I always appreciate. What else I got? I got Journey of Love. Journey of Love. And this is kind of an abstract-ish. A lot of the imagery on these cards are very abstract. But I always like, these also have, in their book, they have poetry, which I won't necessarily read tonight. But they have Journey of Love cards I really like. And then I like this deck, the healing. This is more physical. I always see this deck as kind of the physical healing deck. But I love the vibration off of the wings of that symbol. And I don't know, I think it's like a staff. It's the medical staff. I don't know what the fancy name for it is. I probably should know, considering I'm in chiropractic medicine. But I love this deck. And then this is another Native American deck that I just got. And this is a unique one because it doesn't have words on the cards. So this is one of those decks that it's a lot of Native American symbolism, which I've been really drawn to the culture lately. So that's been kind of cool. So if anybody would like a card, please let me know. A lot of my technology hasn't been working correctly. And so I'm not sure if I posted it well enough in all the groups and whatever of what I normally do. But I am going to pick a couple cards to start out from this deck. I'm going to do it for myself, actually. And then whoever would like a deck or a card, you're welcome to jump on and get a card. So let's see. I like that kind of imagery. This is an older deck, but I like the imagery of the light coming off. But if anybody would like a card or a mini reading or a question or anything about anything, you're welcome to ask me. Let's see. So I see 1 on my little movie screen, my little psychic movie screen. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So how I do it is I'll usually pull a few cards, and then the last card will be a power card, and that's the most important message within the card pull. And that just kind of, oh, that's cool. Okay. So my power card is everything is okay. And that's an important message because my brain likes to tell me that everything is not okay all the time. So I went through a lot of trauma as a kid, and so I have this built-in kind of this response of everything's not going to be okay, which is kind of ridiculous because it's fine. The universe always has our backs. We walk through certainly some lessons and whatnot. If anybody feels guided to donate to the Unity of Gulfport in terms of an energetic exchange for the event, PayPal is at unityofgulfport@gmail.com. And then Venmo is at Unity of Gulfport. So what do the other cards say? Business venture. I've been really looking at prosperity energy. And so what does the card say? It says, trust and follow through on a new business idea. That's cool. Because I've been reformatting a lot of what I do lately. Children. You connect with children as part of my soul purpose. And that's very true. I love little ones, especially my nieces. But I hope to go into kid neurology and help kids that have had trauma with their brain. Oh, this is the marriage card. And this doesn't always mean a person. This can often mean like an idea or a principle, like something you really commit to with your whole heart. And it says, the fairies join you in celebrating wedding or wedded bliss. But that can be like a marriage to an idea. And I'm really committed to finishing my book. And how many days, Reverend Kimberly? I said 111 days from like a week ago. And I think that's June 22nd. So the goal is to finish my second book by June 22nd. So, So that was a good, I do like the everything is okay as my power card though, because that's a good reminder for my over worry brain that always likes to worry too much. So, anyone like a card? Hi, Nikki. How are you doing, dear? Good to see you. How's everything going? Would you like a card? Cuddles says hello and she misses you. Oh. All right. So do you have a deck that you would like to pull from, or would you like me to pick? Let's see. Do you have a deck that you like? We have Archangel Raphael. Yeah, I bet. Nikki's creating a metaphysical store in Fort Myers. I'm super proud of her and excited for her. She's going to be wonderful as she's great at pulling people together in community. Yes, you will see her soon. Yes. And so, yes, Cuddles loves Nikki, probably even more than me in moments, but yes. So me pick. Okay. So I feel we're going to pick from the Journey of Love and Talking to Heaven. That's interesting. All right. So we'll do the Talking to Heaven and then we'll do the Journey of Love cards. I've never pulled from the Journey of Love cards yet on this event. So I'm seeing a 3 and a 7. So the 3rd, 2, 3. I love these cards because look, it's a staircase into the clouds. And I have a very sacred relationship. Let's see. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Aww. Okay, so one of the cards is my death was painless. Please don't worry or hold on to guilt. I feel this deals with your mother. I feel like she was ready to go. She was just tired of being here. I know she loved you very much, even though maybe she had different ways of communicating that to you. So, but no, she's watching down from you, Nikki. She loved you very much. And then the other message is that we are so connected. You probably know that already because you kind of live your life that way. But we are all so connected to the divine, to our spirit guides. But the message specifically, Nikki, around this card for you is that hold on a second. Let me get clear on what they're saying for a second. That you have an exceptional ability to connect people and draw them to you. So at this store, I want you to visualize this new metaphysical store that you're working on is kind of like a hub for spiritual community and I'm audibly hearing these words, creation of spiritual family. So this, we are so connected. Well, you are one of those people that have exceptional gifts on helping people to connect. And so as you're, I know you have a lot of great ideas for that healing space and a lot of the healing things that you're doing. But that's really your role there. And that was one of the things I most noticed about you, especially when I first met you, was that you have very strong spiritual leadership energy. And I feel that's part of your walk here and your very unique form of connecting to spirit. And so know that that place, that's really the intention of that place. And I feel there's prosperity connected to it too. And so I think it's really good for you. However, the thing that I'm hearing around that store in general is that it's very important that you go only with your intuition and that you control all the money. Any dollars and cents that leave or come into that store or anything, your eyes need to be on. Don't put anybody else in charge of money stuff. That's your stuff. That's what they're saying. I'm intuitively hearing that. But that and that in the beginning, it's going to be you. They're saying you should have it be you greeting everybody because they're going to feel the light from your heart. And that's going to want them to, they're going to want to stay there and hang out. So find ways of making money that will support them hanging out, like munchies and like drinks or whatever it is that you feel guided to do. But that them hanging out in that space is essential to your success. Let me do the Journey of Love cards 1 second. I like these cards though, the vibration. I forgot about these cards. That's what happens. I buy all these decks and then I have to like stack them in my little bookcase. Let's see, you're going to live there, I think. Yeah, probably. But I feel you'll really enjoy it though. I think you're really going to love it there. You're going to do a lot of great healing work. I hope they're showing me you doing readings, whether that be pay or not. But that you're going, it's going to be a part of your heart. It's going to be and they're saying extension and expression from your heart. 6 and 7. Let's see, in 3. 1, 2, 3, 6 and 7. Journey of Love there's an abstract quality to the cards and also the information in the deck. Hello to everybody that's out there. I can't always see your names when you come on, but I know you're there. So welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's see. And I always like the imagery on the cards because on the Journey of Love deck, because it's like the swirl of the divine and all that we do. I love that, like coming from our hearts as we dance this dance of love and this dance of growth and celebration and a lot of other things. And it's always important to remember. Hold on, something's going to jump. All right, so first card is the Legacy of Light. And the message for the Legacy of Light, if you can see it, is that you come from a very strong line of spiritual ancestors, of like light-filled people that were kind of came to the earth to kind of help lead people to high vibration, divine energy and love energy. Like heart light is what I'm hearing audibly. And so heart light is a part of your spiritual legacy of your ancestors. So you're a part of that. So do whatever it takes to keep that heart light strong vibrationally, that you're exceptionally gifted in that heart light energy. So the Legacy of Light is all around spiritual lineage. Her grace. And so this is about you. And it's interesting that it's the moon. There's an element of the moon in the artwork. And so when you get frustrated in the details and when you get overwhelmed by the more businessy, left-brained kind of side of things, is that people's hearts need your grace. And what that means is that there's an exceptional gift of your heart that brings with it a certain emotional grace. There's a softness there that can greatly heal people when they need it. And so it's kind of like they're showing me you jumping through all these left brain details and stuff like that to really just stand still in the gift of your heart grace. And so that's what falling, when I touched this card, they showed me the image. See, they're kind of abstract, right? Of you sinking really deep into your own heart. And they're showing me the image around like you like getting really contemplative and you really stepping, it's almost like stepping inside of yourself in quiet and in like quiet contemplation. I don't feel the vibration is negative in any way, but you're stepping into your own self and falling into your own heart, into that quiet place. And they're wanting you to ask yourself what it is that you really want. Because I feel that you have the capability of embracing whatever it is that you truly want. And it really is about clarity, you defining what it is that you really want and not being distracted by other stuff. They're saying like whenever you get nervous or scared or off kilter, just seep and fall into your own heart and ask what it is you really want. Because you certainly, of all people I know, you certainly have the gifts to do anything that you want in this life. You have exceptional gifts with people, a lot of brilliance and a lot of grace, and you can do anything you want. You just have to get clear as to what it is that you that would most make your heart happy. So I hope that's helpful. Hi, Mary. Can you hear me? Trying to turn on the sound. I hope that that it comes through. I'm using my new computer, so I'm hoping. I downloaded Chrome, so I'm getting a little more tech savvy. Not great, but getting there a little bit more. And so, yes. So I'm hoping that was helpful. Yeah, good, Nikki. I'm glad. So Cuddle says hello. She says I love you, and she misses her mommy number 2. And so she was asking me today where you were. I said that you're coming soon to say hello. And but she's doing good. She's been sleepy lately. Hi, Anna Rosa. All right, so okay. All right, Mary. So Mary was first that I saw, and then I'll pull you a card, Anna Rosa. So Mary, would you like a card, and from what deck? So we got the Inner Child deck. We have Life Purpose. We have Native Spirit. We have Mary Archangel Oracle cards. We have Angel Answers, which are kind of simple. We have the fairy deck, the healing. This is more around, usually around healing or physical healing. We have another Native American deck. We have talking to heaven. Okay, life purpose. Okay. So Mary is a wonderful writer. She writes all these lovely books, and she's a part of the Unity of Gulfport. So we'll do some from both decks, Mary, because we have the time tonight. So we'll do life. I love this deck because it's simple. There's a simpleness to this deck, and I love the artwork on it and the vibration of the colors. And then this deck I don't use often, but I like the feel of it. Very earthy and grounding, this deck. So let's pull some from each of these. So sometimes I'll be pulling cards and I'll hear my cat in the background go meow, and that means that she misses me. So my 22-year-old cat has been supervising me her whole life. She's kind of bossy, and so now she can't really get up and down on the bed. So she sits on the bed and she still tries to boss me and supervise me from the bed. So it's very cute. So every time I walk in, she goes meow. I'm like, what are you doing? So anyway, 22 in 2 weeks. 2 weeks should be 22. All right. So, Mary, we are pulling from the Angel Answers deck. And like I said, just want to make sure that I'm, let's see. All right. So I'm starting my second book, Mary. You totally motivated me with all of your awesome publishing around your many books. This is my second, but I have had such resistance to write lately. So I'm thinking about getting a dictation app. So maybe I can overcome that hump. Okay. So for Mary, 1, 3, and 9 is what I see from this deck for you. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. The first card, and they're saying 7. Hold on. So that's your power card. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 7. Ooh, I like that. Okay. All right, we'll come back to that in a second. All right, Mary. All right, Mary. So the first card I pulled for you is the card Be Assertive. And I said I like a little guy with his little staff or whatever, and the vibration of the light and the aura, or maybe that's layers of aura, or just the divine light of color behind him. But when I touched this card for you, this was about being assertive with yourself. So, I don't know if I certainly have those days when, like, get all motivated for a project, and then maybe I get stuck in my stuff or negative thinking or just whatever. I'm having an off day. And then I get demotivated, and they're like, no, like whatever that you are wanting to create next, creative wise, around your spiritual healing work, to really be extra like assertive with your mind, with yourself. So if your mind's like, oh, I won't write today, but maybe you should, like, be more assertive with yourself and take more action. And so that was the message when I touched this card. This is about being assertive with yourself in terms of your progress forward with your spiritual healing work for others. The next one is within the next few months. I feel, yay, Mary, I'm glad that was perfect. Yay, I'm glad. Good. Yes. Have been more lately. Wonderful. Because I know that you do awesome work and awesome writings. And I know you carry a really strong, wonderful message. And so, and I'd love the girls to meet you at some point. That would be wonderful for you to meet the girls, my nieces. They're going to be at service a week from Sunday. They're going to be passing out flowers and flower dresses or something. We have to hunt down the dresses, but they'll be there. So this card is within the next few months. And so what that means is that when I touch this card, I feel like you're going to have a personal epiphany. And thank you, Mary. I'm sure I'm trying to get them closer here. They're in Riverview right now, but I'm sure we'd love to spend some time with you and go do something fun, whatever that is. They're cute little buggers. So the littlest one especially, and the oldest one has this intense little mind. She's always noticing details and stuff, but they're mighty cute. So within the next few months, this is about a personal epiphany, and I feel like it's related to self-love. That's what they're showing me, your heart. And like, I know there have been many times in my life where I just took not garbage from people, but just not, I didn't stand up for myself enough, for my own needs and for my own boundaries and for what, and I feel like you're going to there's like a level of emotional healing and awareness. I'm hearing the word awareness in the next few months where it's almost like a coming home to self, where you're like and I don't feel like it's a big dramatic thing, but it's that one day you'll wake up and you'll be like, I'm never doing that again. I'm never going to lower my self-worth and take inappropriate behavior or whatever, but it's going to be a higher level of that. I don't know what's going to shift, but they're showing me like the inside of your mind and like that shift into more a personal empowerment. So that's what this card was about. And then helpful people. I feel like there's a lot of helpful people around you, but specifically in the spiritual community of Unity of Gulfport. So when I ask where are the people, they're showing me the sanctuary that's in the recreation center. But I mean, we are moving to the casino, but I feel there's a lot of people within that community and in the mind, body, spirit, metaphysical community that are helpful. And I'm not sure, they're not giving me clarity on the word helpful, but I feel it's not just about your spiritual healing work. I also feel it's about community and spiritual family that feel. And that's what they're showing me. And then the power card here. Hi, welcome to the person that said I'd love a reading. I'll come to you. There's one person before you, so I can't see your name. So the person who just put the prayer in the hearts, please put your name so I can address you by name. Hi, Reverend Kimberly. Yes, very helpful people in our community. That's what they psychically showed me was the sanctuary and the vibration of the hearts there, and that they would be very helpful to her. Yes. So your power card, Mary, is to take action, which I love. Like, look at this little guy on is it a unicorn? And he has like this divine, I don't know what this is, but hi, Laura. Nice to meet you. Welcome here. But I love this card because like I can so get stuck in my head and I can overthink everything and not take one darn bit of action. And I'm so grateful for Reverend Kimberly's coaching because she's always like, get out of your head. I don't care. Get into action. And so like every week I have to take action because I know she's going to ask me how much action I've taken. But that's this card. Take action on whatever you see in your creative vision. Because it's not just about you creating something to serve with. It's the process of that creation. And as I talk about it, Vandana's here. Lovely. That it's I feel the vibration of joy in your heart. So it's not just because I can get caught up in the perfection of things. And if it's good enough, and I almost threw my book away like 1,000 times at least, the first book that I was working on. And I forgot how much joy I had in just doing it. And I think that's what I need to remember too, as I start this book. I really love to write. I am like the happiest little turtle ever when I'm by the water with my computer and all my little whatever healthy snacks I have and the sun is on me and I'm just writing by the waves or whatever. I always forget the joy in the taking action. I get caught up in the perfectionism of it and then it halts me. So yeah, so Mary, taking action is going to be almost like your key, not only to like the next step of your healing work, but most importantly, the joy in your heart. So I'm going to pull 2 from this deck for you, the life purpose cards. And then we'll move to, who is next? Author signing day with Mary. That's so awesome, Mary. I have not done that with my book. So you always inspire me with how awesome, how you get out there with your book, because I haven't done that yet. And so you inspire me with awesome, just how you get out there with your work. That's so inspiring to me. All right. So I see a 1 and a 6. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And see that the person has a little easel in their hands. And that's still about taking action and the joy and the creation of the action. And I'm glad I'm hearing myself say that tonight, because I tend to forget that when I'm all up in my head. So, I love this one, Mary. You're on the right path. It's so true. I feel like you have the right community around you now. I feel like, you're out there with your books, but I think there's even another level to your works. I almost feel like they're small healing groups. Leslie started to do that with her work. And that's what I psychically see as an extension of your books, as you having little like healing groups of people that you meet and discuss and work on certain topics. And I'm hearing the word workbook. So I don't know if you've made a workbook for your books, but maybe consider that. So you're on the right path. And I tend to not be organized naturally. My brain is so right-brained. So that I'm trying to organize the cards as I go. Okay, so they're in my hands. And then oracle cards. So I feel like you have a lot of these gifts, Mary. I'm not sure how you're using them, but you have gifts of intuition. And so that's so awesome because you have such a big heart. So, and I'm hearing audibly for you that it's important that you use your gifts more and to ask your angels more for assistance. They're saying ask. They're like bolding the ask in my mind. Ask your angels for help more, and they're here to help, so they're ready to go. Anyway, great to see you, dear. The next person, let's see. Is that Vandana? Did you just say just finished teaching? It says, love Mary's book. Let's see. I bought it. Oh, at the Mind, Body, Spirit Expo. Awesome. I'm so glad. And I'm assuming that's Vandana because Reverend Kimberly, I can't always see the names. And so that she finished teaching. But I'm glad. Thank you so much for being here. Whoever this is, just finished teaching, have to pack and wanted to say hi. Let's see. Laura, are you here, Laura? Would you, this is my next card pull. And so what deck would you like to pull from? We have Life Purpose. I'm not sure if you're still here. I know people go in and out, which is totally fine. And usually I try to hit everybody that requested one, even if they leave. Yes, and somebody says yes. So I'm thinking that's Vandana. So welcome. Oh, yay, Vandana. Welcome. I can't wait to see you in person, and I can't wait to see Rain, because my spiritual kid, or my two spiritual kids, my nieces, are going to be handing out flowers with the flower dress. So I'm hoping that I believe that Rain might be there too. So I'm excited to see him. I'm so proud of you both. So all right. So is Laura here? I'm here. Okay. So you're here. So Anna Rosa, I'm going to do you first, and then I'll pull one for Laura because I don't think she's here. If you are here, Laura, please say so, and I'll get you at the end. So we'll get to people that are here first. Okay, so Laura is still here. Okay, so let me do Laura, and then I'll do Anna Rosa. So, okay, Laura, this is for you. Do you want a specific deck? Laura's still here. Great. Okay, so Laura, is there a deck you would like? So we have Inner Child deck, which is the Cherub Angel. We have the Healing Angel deck. We have the Fairy deck. These are kind of cute cards. We have Journey of Love deck. We have two Native American decks. I've been very drawn to the Native American culture lately. So I've been like, what usually happens is I'm drawn to a certain area, then I just buy up decks around it. So I'm going to look for a couple more because I feel really drawn to the very different aspects of Native American culture and spirituality and other things. And okay, so Laura, do you see one that you like, or would you like me to just pick one? If I don't hear, okay, Fairy deck and Native American. Okay, so we'll do both. So Fairy deck. I never really connected to fairies that well. I don't know much about them. So not that I don't necessarily, I don't know if I just don't have a connection. So I guess they're like little angels, but they're fairies. I'm not sure how that works, but so this is the Native American, and then I'm trying to keep them organized because you get cards everywhere and then I can't pull anything. You said Fairy deck and Native American. Okay, so we got the two decks, and we're going to do the Fairy deck first. These are smaller. Sometimes if you buy them online, you have to make sure if you don't care about not having, I always like the actual physical book, but some of them have a digital book. And so this is one of the smaller decks. This was a mistake buy for me because I thought they were the larger cards. So I used to always use this deck when I was in chiropractic school, and I would go to Wings bookstore to study. So let's do 1 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then so 13. So let's go backwards. 17, 15, 14, 13 is your power card. All right. So the power card means this is the most important reading. If anybody feels guided to donate, all donations go to the Unity of Gulfport. There's a wonderful community, and it's a community of heart-based people that are really focused on making a difference in the world in terms of loving the world and serving the world. And so if you feel guided, donations, you can do it at unityofgulfport@gmail.com on PayPal, or at Unity of Gulfport on Venmo, or donate at church, whatever you like. First thing that I get is Dietary Change. This is your power card. So when I'm in my emotional stuff and sad, like I went through some areas of grief recently, and I ate a lot of cookies. No, I ate a lot of cookies and Cheetos during that grieving time, like every day, and I was not even sorry about it, like not even, and that's okay. But sometimes using food, we need to. Sometimes it's just emotional coping. It's a lower vibration emotional coping tool, and that's okay. I've used it many times in my life, but then at some point you choose other higher vibration tools. And it's just, they're saying dietary change is very important. Is everybody here still? I'm hoping everybody's still here. I don't know why that happened. I don't know if it was a glitch on my anyway, so dietary change is important for your emotional health. And I'm going to grab my I'll be right back. I'm going to grab my book for a reason. So around this, because I'm guided to do it. Hold on one second. All right. So this was my book, and this book is all about the connection between our emotions, our brain, and the healing tools we choose. And chapter 2 is all about how the foods we eat and how we eat impact our emotions. And because inflammation can impact the brain so much. And some people have a predisposition for depression when their inflammation is too high, or they get too dehydrated. I'm one of those people. So anyway, there's a lot of good info in this book if you're guided in that direction, but they're saying that there's a very strong connection between what you're eating and how you're emotionally feeling. And an anti-inflammatory diet would really help you, Laura. That's what this one was. Next. Business venture. When I touch this card for you, I'm hearing that they're wanting you to think outside of the box for your next business venture. I feel you have a lot of entrepreneurial energy, or if you haven't tried that yet, that you would be successful if you just got clear on what you really wanted to do, and getting clear on what would make you happy in the business realm. And they're saying to not be scared about any ideas of self-doubt. I really feel that you're gifted in the business region. And another wellness type idea here, it says get some exercise. And so movement, what happens when we're feeling a little emotionally off, whether it be depression or whatever it might be, is that the frontal lobe of our brain actually decreases its signaling. And so there are a couple of things that I have found that have really helped my own. I have a predisposition for my frontal lobe of my brain to not fire enough. And so walking, you can walk exaggerated walking by stretching a little tendons. You can balance on one foot. You can do like Tai Bo movements, which is like kickboxing, but let's say you have some injuries, you can modify that. But it's the crossing of the midline and balancing real slow. That's been really helpful. Yoga type stuff involving balance could be helpful. But even just getting outside from an energetic perspective, getting, I'm showing you like out under the clouds, under the blue sky, and it clearing your mind somehow. So I feel this is related to, even though it's exercise, you would think physical health. They're saying it because they're wanting you to emotionally feel better. The last card on this deck, let go. And I feel this involves somebody that was not kind to your heart. And they're saying, you know what? Let it go. Not going to change it. Not going to make anything better by analyzing all of it and getting stuck in like the figuring it out. Like if you've ever been with a narcissist, the answer is to never figure it out. It's simply to let it go and hand it over to the universe and your guides. So whoever, when we bring up the topic of who has hurt you the most, whoever that person is, whoever popped into your head, that's the person they're saying. Just let them go. There's no figuring it out. There's no fixing it. Let go. And that's always hard to let go because we want to hold on to what we know. I have trouble with this. And so when we let go, there's this empty space there. And then that's where faith steps in. When we let go, we have this emptiness wherever it is in our lives. It takes a lot of spiritual courage to stand still. And so they're asking you to step more up into your spiritual faith, the power of your faith. because to let go, there's often grief. I tend to really attach very strongly to the people that I love. So letting go is not easy for me. And so I understand that I'm not wanting to let go thing, because I am terrible at letting go. I have created such chaos in my life over the years and damage to myself by not letting go when I really needed to. I see there's 7. I see the number 7. I can see certain communities that get on. So I see 7, 7, and 7. So the Native American, these cards are my new cards. I'm still getting the feel of them because they don't have words. They're my only deck that that does not have words. But I really like the imagery on them. I've been always, my whole life, been very much drawn to the Native American culture, and I would actually psychically hear the drumming, like the drumming of certain Native American cultures, like psychically. And so I feel that I was part of that culture at some time, and I'm very much drawn to it, and certain smells and the woods and walking through and all of, and so anyway, so I want to get more connected to the Native American culture because I feel it's very much in my spiritual lineage. And so this is the newest deck I have. I'm thinking I'm gonna get a couple more decks related to the Native American kind of idea, but I'm seeing 1 and 6. This is still for Laura. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, I've never seen this card before. These are my new cards. But I like this one. I think I'm gonna look up the little thing on this one. These what I find interesting is that this book is not very detailed sometimes, which I'm used to sometimes really detailed, and they don't have words. So it really is about intuitive association. But this card is about smoke, was the first one, Laura. If you see how, like, if they're burning something and then I don't know what the ritual is, but I know that there's meaning behind what the smoke does. The message is, before moving on, make sure your own motives are pure and your actions tempered with beneficial energy. So I really try to remember this when I get triggered, emotionally triggered. And so when I touch this card for you, I hear emotional clarity. Don't take any action when you're triggered. Just get still, connect to source in which way. I'm seeing like lighting a candle. So I don't know if you're connected to candles somehow. But being really still before you take any emotional action in your relationships. And I like this bear. Look at this cool little bear. But what I like about him is the wise knowingness of the bear. That's what I noticed when I touched this card for you. And that really is a reminder to step more into your spiritual wisdom. Because we often, okay, all right. So we've been vegan for a long time, Laura. All right. And definitely need to get back to yoga. I'm just reincorporating yoga back into my self-care routine and getting outside. They're wanting you to emphasize the vibration of the sun hitting your skin. There's something very healing and personally aligning about that. I'm glad you're on a healing path. We all are when we become aware. But look at this wise, knowing bear. Like, he knows something important that he's not going to tell us right now. And so the message around this is that you do have a lot of spiritual wisdom, and to spend more time connecting to your higher self in whatever ways you feel guided to connect more. So welcome. Your Unity of Gulfport is a wonderful community that meets every Sunday at 10:30. It's a very heart-based community that teaches really usable spiritual tools. And we're a great group. So feel free to come on down if you're local. So welcome. I love that bear. I like him too. He's a cool little dude. Look at him. Oh, Cuddles. I hear her little paws. So Cuddles is my sacred bestie. She's the love of my life. And she's 22. So she comes out once in a while for her food and water. I have a couple bowls around, but I hear her little paws as she's walking. She's going to come supervise? Nope, not today. Once in a while, she'll come supervise me out here. But she used to sit. She used to cry to sit on my desk and supervise me that close. A couple of years ago when she was a little more lively. All right. So next, I've been talking a lot tonight. I think is it Vandana? Vandana, are you still here? Is that who's next? Yeah, it's exciting that Mary's having her author signing this Sunday. Laura got one. Mary got one. Who else would like a card that I haven't gotten to yet? Nikki got a card. Let's see. Anybody else would like a card right now? Is Vandana still here? Let's see. Who would like a card? Oh, you're welcome, Laura. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for coming tonight. I do this every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. So you're welcome to join us next time. Let's see. I love that bear. I like that comment. I love that bear. I love that bear too. I like the little look like I know something you don't. All right. So I'm going to pull an intention card for the week. It's on the checklist to visit Gulfport soon. I'm not sure where you are, Laura, but it is a cute little community. And a miracle card today. What happened today, Mary? But welcome, yeah, and definitely come find me. I'm the camera person at the Unity of Gulfport, and I do the prayers in the back for people. So if you come to Unity of Gulfport, Laura, come on and find me. So what happened today, Mary? That was a miracle. I love miracle stories. Today's my dad's birthday, so there was a miracle in my life too. I did. I hit a business goal that I never thought that I would hit today. So I'm super grateful. So anybody would like a card? If not, I'm gonna pull an intention card for all of us. I feel guided to, let's see, no smoke. Yay! No smoke in your house. Woo! Wonderful. You're always divinely guided and protected, Mary. That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. I know that was something that you were really struggling with, and you were trying to figure out a solution. Let's see. All right, so I was guided for the intention card to pull from this deck. And so I received this deck when I was in a hospital bed and I had a lot of broken bones, and I felt that my life was completely demolished, and I couldn't feel any hope anywhere. And so somebody gave me this deck. She's no longer on the planet. She passed away. It was a chaplain, actually. It was time when I was a chaplain at First Unity many years ago. And it was just such a horrible bottom in my life. And that whole community just showed up and really just blessed me back to life, just their hearts. I will forever be grateful for the chaplain program, the Unity chaplain program, and all the people there at First Unity years ago. But, all those wonderful people with those spiritual intentions and yeah, blessed my life and brought me back to life again. All right. So sacred deck to me because of that. Still has the energy of that. So I can feel it's a little emotional for me. So we got 1 and we got 8. So this is the intention for all of us for the week. So I see 1, 3, and 7. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've been going since like 5 a.m. My body has just been like, get up and go. Like, okay, so. Oh, that's a great card. Oh, I love this card. Oh, these are so good. If Reverend Kimberly's on here, you would like these cards, Reverend Kimberly. All right, because this is what she always tells me. She's always like, remember who you are. Like, really, remember who you are. And that's our intention, the message this week. Remember who you are. So whether that be people messing with you or triggering your stuff, or whether you get frustrated or you're stuck in self-doubt, clear it away and remember who you truly are. Like that's a real power statement. Remember who you truly are, beyond the squaggles of the brain, beyond the doubt, beyond the fear, who you really are. Second one, this is a good one for me because I am not patient. I try to be I'm getting more patient, I should say. The second intention for the week is patience. Think about that word. What is patience? It's about like waiting. It's like a lot of waiting, right? So patience, I have learned that I do not normally like the timing of the universe. Like I want things right now, yesterday, all the time, doesn't matter, whatever it is, I want it now. And that's not how the universe works. But when I look back on patience and all those moments when I wanted everything right now, it really has been, when I look back and when the timing of things have happened, it has always been perfect. So divine timing is always perfect. So if you're in an area of your life where you're just stuck and struggling, and and this is the intention for this week ahead. So when maybe you're being hard on yourself, or you're not there where you want to be at, or whatever it is, just be patient. The divine knows what it's doing. The universe has your back, and just try to step beyond the mind and into the moment, because there's always joy and gifts there. It's just a shift in perspective of where to focus your mind. So patience. And let's look at this girl in here. She's watering. It's an angel watering plants. And think about watering a plant, right? So you're waiting for it to bloom, but you're looking at this plant with water and you're watering it going, you know what I mean? Like that is a lesson in patience. I kill all my plants. So, but I'm kidding, I'm kidding, but not really. But patience. I'm learning this too. And the more that I can step more into the more meditative, divine mind, I see that the universe's timing is perfect and things come exactly when I'm ready for them. Because think about it, I'm really good at self-sabotage. If things come too quick, will you sabotage them maybe? I don't know. But anyway, patience. And I love, this is my favorite card in the deck. So I'm so glad the next one that we pulled it, because look at this, like, angel warrior. This is an angel warrior, courage. So Archangel Ariel, it says, be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. I love that. But look at this. Look, like, this is a warrior angel card. That's a really intense, strong angel there. That's good. That has to be my guardian angel, because I have screwed up some things. But yeah, like that intense, like, warrior. Like, we are all spiritual warriors stepping up into our wisdom and grace and higher evolution, so, and self-actualization as we get out there and serve with our hearts. I love the energy of this card. I'll remember that when I get nervous, that my guardian angel looks like this. She looks tough, doesn't she? Anyway, so what else? Anybody not get a card? I hear the little paws of my little beloved Cuddles. She's probably coming here to supervise me again. All right, so let's put these away because I always scramble the cards. Anybody else? We're almost an hour. I have resistance around being seen, so I commit to a full hour. So so even if there's nobody requesting a card, we'll be talking until 60 minutes. Let's see. Anybody else want an extra card? You can get a double card if you want. You can get another one. We got time. Anybody want another card? I have my guitar out. I gotta start playing my guitar more soon. I have a song coming up at church that I have to master before standing up there, or that I want to. Like, it's, I've learned so much by playing music and overcoming my fear of being seen and flowing the divine through my mind and stepping outside of my mind. And it's been a really good spiritual lesson for me. I think I'm going to pull one from the Journey of Love. Okay, sure. So who said sure? Who would like another card? Or who said sure? I can't see you. So it's helpful if I have a name. And what does sure mean? Does that mean you'd like another card? Or let's see. I'm going to pull one from here. I feel guided to pull one from here. So welcome, whoever's here. Laura, all right, Laura, is there a deck that you would like a card from? I feel it's this card, so. But I'm going to do one for, I'm hearing the word 6. 3, 6. Ooh, Ethereal Touch. What a great card. So I am in the midst of designing a spirituality and sexuality class, which I'm really excited about. It's something I've always wanted to teach, sexuality and spirituality, because I feel that everything that we do is an expression of the divine. And so that the sexuality piece is such a sacred aspect of living and life and joy and connection. And I feel that especially people that have walked through trauma, that can get really damaged, that sacred sexuality expression of the self or with someone. And so I'm excited to teach this class because I'm going to incorporate all kinds of energy medicine stuff and spiritual stuff and trauma healing stuff and body healing stuff, like all of it together. Because for me, like, sexuality is a special type of prayer of reverence. And so I'm excited to teach what I love and to teach people some of the things that have greatly helped me, because I was, as a kid, I had a lot of sexual trauma. So that really impacted that area of my life. So I'm super excited to teach all the healing tools that I've used and really connect with that. So Ethereal Touch, that's what I thought of when I pulled the card, or what I saw was that when we intimately touch somebody, they're showing me like the image of hands gliding over skin and light coming off the hands, divine light or divine love, right? And that intimate exchange of being close to somebody, but that ethereal touch. And so that's my definition of sexual expression, is expressing the divine through touch and flow and movement, and that kind of divinity within the embrace of connection. And so that's when I look at that, that's what I think of as ethereal touch. That not just in the lovemaking realm, but the sexual intimate connection realm, but also the ethereal touch in everything that we do. If we apply this card or this idea, not just from that sexuality piece, that ethereal touch, but also like everything that our heart touches is filled with divine energy and grace. And there's a joy within that divine expression. And so that's what I also thought when I touched this card, is that how can we shift our minds to be really present and mindful of that joyful divine grace and divine energy and all that we touch with our hearts, our hands, and our lives, and our service of our hearts. And so ethereal touch meant, I love it. And also the dancing angel. Think about they say that, the intimate experience, or, the climax is the closest humans can get to divinity, right? But the dancing angel always represents to me like joy, really like joyfulness, and the vibration of joy, and all that we do, this dance of life. So anyway, I really like this card. This is a cool card. I like these cards, very abstract, so that creative part of my brain that kind of works with the intuition helps. Would anybody? So Laura, you would like another card. So we're going to pick what you want from here. But yes, that was an interesting image of light coming off the hands as they're going, almost like an intimate massage type idea. That's what that card really represented when I touched it. That's what it showed me, and it showed me a lot of light, like the frequency of the divine light off the hands going over somebody's skin. I'm not sure why they're guiding me that. Somebody in the audience may have needed to hear that for some reason, or maybe I'm just reminded of that all of life and all of what we do is divine, the expression of the divinity. All right, Laura. So we're going to pick another card from you from this deck. It's the Native Spirit deck. I really like this deck. 6 and 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Smudging ceremony. So when I touch this, I hear about bringing more spiritual ritual into your life, Laura. And so what does that mean? Anything can be made sacred. So before I go to bed, I always pull cards, and I have this routine where my old cat is next to my ear, so she's real close. I pull my cards. She'll even put her little paws on the card sometimes. And then I'll journal, and I'll intuitive journal. So I'll ask, what am I meant to hear today? And I'll intuitively journal. And then I'll shut off the lights, and then I do some breath work, and I go to sleep. And so when I touch this, smudging, that's how we clear negative energy, around us and whatnot. So smudging ceremony, not only there are many ways to incorporate spiritualness or spirituality into our everyday, whether it be smudging, whether it be candles, prayer, breath work, whatever it might be, spiritual movement. I'm starting to do more spiritual movement. I'm really trying to connect my brain and body together with spirit again, which has been really good for me the last couple of days. But when I touched this for you, it said, incorporate more spiritual ritual into your life in whatever way you feel guided. It could be through the creating things with color. And this one is about sweat lodge. So think about, if you've ever been to a sweat lodge, you go into this super hot like igloo, right? And I was always clumsy, so I remember falling into the pit of the stones. I don't know why I remember that. I think it was in my late 20s. I used to go with a friend named Cologne, and we'd go to the sweat lodge, and it was so like hot. I remember sitting there going, why the hell are we here? Like, it was so hot. And I remember the sweat like pouring off of me. And the whole intention of that is to connect, to purify and detox and connect to the ancestors, right? In the sweat lodge. Actually, I should go again. I'm really wanting to connect more to my Native American spirituality, spiritual roots. I just feel really guided that there's something that's the next phase of my spiritual learning and evolution and evolvement. But when I touch this card for you, Laura, this is about detoxing the impurities of life and emotion. I feel like it's like they're emphasizing the word detox for you, but not just from a physical cellular standpoint. It's just like a detox from your heart and your mind. So they're emphasizing to do your best to when you notice something is consciously not good for you, to remove it from your life or your mind specifically. If you can't remove it from your life, like don't think about it. So yeah, they are fun. Maria, I forgot what her organization is. They still do sweat lodges. There's some around St. Petersburg. I need to go to some sometime soon. I just remember it being really hot. That's all I remember. It was like 15 years ago or something. I was so hot at those sweat lodges. So would anybody like a card? If not, I will pull one more, and then I'm going to go hug my cat because she has not gotten enough hugs and kisses yet today. So I think I'm going to pull one from the Inner Child deck. But did anybody, let's see, to that one. So you went to Maria Sweat Lodge? Maria, I forget. She and I, if it's the Maria, she has like a healing house. But she and I were in the same intuitive development group 15 years ago with Reverend Reika. So we had the same master teacher. And so, which is interesting that we now do work in different ways. And then Jeremy from that group now does intuitive cruises that I just reconnected, and I've been on his show a couple times. So it's so cool to see years later that how each of us from that group have connected and expressed our intuitive gifts in some way. So, but yeah, I'm glad. Maria's lovely. I want to go to her fire walk on New Year's. I've always wanted to do that. Or my birthday is next, let's see, the 15th. I think that's Wednesday. So I will be 45. So I have to look up. 45 feels like strong. I don't know. Something about the vibration. 44 kind of, I don't know. It wasn't necessarily a great year. It was just okay. But 45 feels like strong and grounded and ready to like step out and do the things that I've always wanted to do. So that's next Wednesday. So that's the day before our next one. So I don't know. I feel guided which is it this one? I think I'm going to be talking. I feel Dad is close tonight. He just transitioned in last December. I feel him near my heart a lot. We communicate a lot, actually, more than I would have thought. I feel him around a lot. So I see 18 and 11 on my little movie screen on my front of my brain, psychic movie screen. The Mind, Body, Spirit Expo is April 23rd. I will be there doing readings. I'll be speaking as well. Reverend Kimberly Harold puts on the Mind, Body, Spirit Expo. It's an amazing event. It is such a lovely community of wonderful people with all different types of gifts, energy healing, spiritual healing, intuitive, all kind of metaphysical products and art and stones and crystals. Also, the Unity of Gulfport has a YouTube channel. And it's categorized by like music and spiritual messages by Reverend Kimberly and the Daily Word, all the different categories. So you can go there if you're feeling a little slumpy during the week spiritually. Go to the Unity of Gulfport YouTube page and listen to whatever you're guided to. I'm on there singing in the music area a couple times, but it's Reverend Kimberly's messages that really are very heart uplifting during the week. So that's one of the reasons why I started videoing the her spiritual messages, and it just so happens that we continued that because I wanted them during the week so that when my heart was sad or in doubt, that I would listen to the message and feel more connected to source. And so was it 11? Okay, so they're showing me 11 and 18 now. So 1, 2, 3. I love the imagery of the staircase to the clouds. So 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I missed the 18. Okay. Oh, I love these. These are for all of us, I hear intuitively. Oh, okay. Lately I've been crying more, grieving my father. And look at the card that I touch. It says, tears cleanse the soul. I'm a really big believer in standing still for our emotional process and emotional reality. I think that it's in us really embracing our feelings and sorting through them and staying present for them, that we don't end up in addictive behavior. We're able to stay present within ourselves and make better choices. And so I've been actually increasing my vibration of my cells with right foods and nutrients. And so my body's releasing a lower vibration energy. So I've been crying more. And so yesterday I heard this awesome song by Lee Brice. It's called Save the Roses. And it's from the perspective of this dead guy at his funeral and what he would say to his loved ones. And it just made me think of my father, and I was crying all the way to my chiropractic appointment yesterday. My makeup was all out, whatever. But yeah, but I've been really embracing that process of grief and allowing that energy to flow through me and to clear me. Because from a vibrational perspective, we can't vibrate higher and attract what we want unless we're able to walk through the grief or the trauma again to release it. So I'm a big believer in crying and really being present for that within ourselves and each other. And I love this. Do not be afraid. I love that. Don't be afraid, because I get afraid too much of my brain. So don't be afraid. That's the spiritual message to close with. Step out of the fear. You are always divinely protected. You know, when my mother was passing, and she had been so compromised her whole life in a hospital bed for like decades. Like, she entered a nursing home at age 54, and I watched her horribly, just her health destroy, and her mind. She had schizophrenia and a lot of other mental imbalances and physical imbalances. She had cerebral palsy, and she lost use of her legs really early. And I hated God a lot of years when I was a kid, watching how horribly my mother suffered. And I asked her once, I climbed into her bed in her nursing home once, and I said, Mom, have you ever been mad at God? And she said, right after, absolutely not. I have always been taken care of. And I thought, if anyone on this planet, Mom had the card, the pass card to hate God, right? Or to be mad at God. And it was just, do not be afraid. We are all taken care of. So love and blessings to all. So nice to see everybody here. Thank you for joining me tonight. Please come visit us at the Unity of Gulfport. If you feel guided to make a donation to Unity of Gulfport, please do so. There should be information above in the little area that this is broadcasting. And anyway, it was so nice to see you tonight. And blessings. We'll see you soon. I'll be here on next week. Love and blessings. Good night.